Tonight, every tired part of you finally gets to rest. Not because every problem has been solved, not because every answer has arrived, not because the world has suddenly become quiet and easy. You are allowed to rest because you have carried enough for one day. You have thought enough. You have tried enough. You have given enough of your energy to the questions, the duties, the people, and the moments that asked something from you. Nothing more needs to be proved before you are allowed to become still. You may have reached the end of this day feeling tired in a way that sleep alone does not always explain. Perhaps your body is tired, but your mind is still moving. Perhaps your eyes want to close, but your heart is still holding a conversation that ended hours ago. Perhaps you have been strong for so long that you almost forgot what it feels like to stop being strong. You know how to continue. You know how to push through. You know how to say you are fine. But deep inside, something in you has been waiting to hear a softer message. You do not have to carry everything through the night. The day is over. Whatever happened has already happened. Whatever was said has already been said. Whatever you could not finish can remain unfinished for now. You do not need to hold every loose end in your mind while your body is trying to sleep. You do not need to keep watch over every part of your life. You are not the only force keeping everything together. There may be a part of you that does not believe this yet. That part may whisper that if you stop thinking, something will go wrong. If you stop worrying, you may miss an answer. If you stop planning, tomorrow may become harder. If you put down your emotional weight, perhaps no one else will pick it up. This part of you is not trying to hurt you. It has learned to survive by staying alert. It belie best constant effort is the same as safety. But you can speak gently to this part now. You can say, "Thank you for trying to protect me. You have worked hard today. You do not have to remain awake for every possible problem. I am here. Life is still here. Morning will come, and I can meet it when it arrives." There is nothing weak about being tired. Tiredness is not a failure. It is not proof that you are unable to handle life. Sometimes tiredness is simply the honest response of a heart that has been carrying too much without enough care. Sometimes it is the body asking you to stop treating every moment like an emergency. Sometimes it is the mind saying, "I have done everything I can do today. Please let me be quiet." You may be tired from work that no one noticed. You may be tired from trying to stay calm while your thoughts felt heavy. You may be tired from helping others while your own needs waited in the background. You may be tired from trying to understand someone who could not understand you. You may be tired from holding back tears because the moment did not feel safe enough to release them. You may be tired from hoping, waiting, adjusting, forgiving, explaining, and beginning again. Some kinds of tiredness do not come from doing too much with the hands. They come from holding too much inside the heart. You may have spent the day trying not to upset anyone. You may have changed your words, hidden your feelings, or made yourself smaller so the people around you could remain comfortable. You may have carried another person's mood as though it were your responsibility. You may have felt the need to fix something that was never yours to fix. You may have watched carefully, listened closely, and stayed prepared for a problem that never came. That kind of watching becomes heavy. The body may lie down, but the inner guard remains standing. The room may be quiet, but the mind continues checking. The door may be closed, but the heart is still waiting for the next demand. Tonight, that inner guard can begin to understand that the danger is not here. It can step away from its post. It can loosen its grip. It can trust that you do not need to protect yourself from every possible tomorrow while you are still living in this moment. You are here now. You are not in tomorrow's conversation. You are not inside next week's decision. You are not standing in the middle of the outcome you fear. You are here in this part of the night where nothing is being asked from you except the willingness to stop carrying what can wait. You may have learned that rest must be earned. Perhaps you believe you can rest only when the work is complete, when everyone is happy, when the home is in order, when the messages are answered, when the future feels certain, or when you have finally done enough to deserve peace. But life will always offer another task. There will always be something else that could be checked, planned, cleaned, answered, improved, or understood. If you wait until nothing remains, you may never give yourself permission to stop. Rest is not a prize you receive after you become perfect. Rest is part of being alive. It is a need as natural as breathing. You do not have to apologize for it. You do not have to explain it. You do not have to prove that you are tired enough. You are allowed to say, "This day has received enough from me." Let that sentence move through you without guilt. This day has received your thoughts. It has received your effort. It has received your care, your attention, your patience, and your choices. Even if you made mistakes, you were still doing the best you could with the energy and understanding you had in each moment. Even if the day did not unfold as you hoped, it does not need to be punished by being replayed all night. You can learn from today without carrying it into every hour of darkness. Perhaps there was a moment you wish you could change. Perhaps you said something differently than you wanted. Perhaps you remained silent when you wanted to speak. Perhaps you reacted from fear. Perhaps you delayed something important. Perhaps you gave your time to something that did not deserve it. You can meet these memories with honesty without using them as reasons to attack yourself. You are learning. Learning can be uncomfortable, but it does not require cruelty. You do not become wiser by speaking harshly to yourself. You become wiser when you feel safe enough to look at what happened and choose differently later. Tonight is not the time to put yourself on trial. Tonight is a time to remember that you are human, and human beings need care while they grow. Let the day be complete without being perfect. A day can be complete even when there are unanswered questions. A day can be complete even when a task remains on the table. A day can be complete even when the heart still feels tender. Completion does not mean everything went the way you wanted. It means this part of time has passed and you no longer need to keep living inside it. The moment is finished. You may release the face you tried to read. You may release the message you keep checking. You may release the tone of voice that made you question yourself. You may release the plan that did not work. You may release the pressure to know what everything means. Some answers become clearer when you stop chasing them. You have probably noticed that the more tired you become, the more urgent everything seems. A small concern begins to feel enormous. A simple choice feels impossible. The mind begins making strong statements about a future it cannot see. It says nothing will change. It says you have missed your chance. It says you must fix everything before you can sleep. But an exhausted mind is not always a clear guide. It needs care before it needs another problem to solve. It needs stillness before it needs another decision. It needs to be reminded that the thoughts appearing at the end of a long day are not always. 'Tis the full truth. You do not have to believe every heavy thought that visits you at night. You can notice it and say, "This is a tired thought. I do not need to build my future around it." You can let the thought pass without following it into another hour of worry. You can choose not to answer every question your mind asks. Some questions are not asking for wisdom. They are asking for reassurance. They are asking to know that you are safe even while uncertainty remains. You are safe enough to stop for now. You are safe enough to leave something unfinished. You are safe enough to allow life to continue without your constant control. You may feel as though you have to hold the people you love in your mind to keep them safe. You may think that worrying is a form of love. You may feel guilty when you stop thinking about someone's problem, as though your peace means you no longer care. But love does not need you to suffer every moment. You can care and still sleep. You can love and still put down the weight. You can wish someone well without carrying their whole life inside your body. You can trust that they also have their own path, their own strength, their own lessons, and their own support. Your heart was not created to become a storage place for every person's pain. It needs room for your own breath. It needs quiet. It needs the chance to recover from everything it has felt. You may have spent much of your life being the dependable one, the one who answers, the one who remains calm, the one who notices what everyone else needs, the one who keeps going even when no one asks how you are doing. That strength may have helped you through many seasons, but strength also needs somewhere to rest. You do not have to stop being caring. You do not have to stop being responsible. You only need to remember that you also belong inside the circle of your care. Your needs are not less important because you are good at hiding them. Your tiredness is not less real because you continued smiling. Your heart is not less deserving because someone else is struggling too. There is enough love for you as well. Let yourself receive a small part of that love now, not as a reward, but as something natural. Speak inwardly with kindness. Say, I see how much I have been carrying. I see how hard I have tried. I do not need to keep pushing through this night. The tired part of you may not need advice. It may not need another plan. It may only need to know that you finally see it. Perhaps it has been waiting for you to notice how often you keep going past your own limits. Perhaps it has been waiting for you to stop calling exhaustion normal. Perhaps it has been trying to reach you through the heavy eyes, the tense shoulders, the short patience, the constant thoughts, and the desire to disappear from every demand for a while. Listen without fear. Your tiredness is not trying to take life away from you. It may be asking you to return to life in a kinder way. There is a difference between giving up and putting down what you cannot carry tonight. Giving up says nothing matters. Rest says you matter enough to be renewed. Giving up closes the heart. Rest allows the heart to recover. Giving up turns away from life. Rest prepares you to meet life again. You are not walking away from your responsibilities. You are stepping away from them for a few quiet hours so you can return with more of yourself. You do not need to solve your whole life from a tired place. You do not need to make a final decision while your emotions are heavy. You do not need to understand someone's silence before you sleep. You do not need to decide what the future will become. You only need to let this moment be simple. The bed can hold your body. The night can hold the unfinished day. Life can hold what you cannot control. You have carried enough for today. Let that truth become softer each time it enters your mind. I have carried enough for today. I do not need to keep proving my strength. I do not need to remain ready for every possible problem. I do not have to earn the right to become still. I am allowed to release the day without solving everything. There may still be noise inside you. That is okay. Rest does not always begin with silence. Sometimes it begins with permission. The mind may still move, but it is no longer being forced to find every answer. The heart may still feel, but it is no longer being told to hide. The body may still hold tension, but it is beginning to receive the message that nothing more is required right now. Permission is the first opening. You do not need to force yourself through that opening. Simply stay near it. Let the possibility of rest become real. Let yourself imagine what it would feel like to stop carrying the day as though it were still happening. The conversations are no longer happening. The work is no longer happening. The moments you regret are no longer happening. They may still appear as thoughts, but a thought is not the event itself. It is only the mind touching something that has passed. You can gently remind yourself, that moment is over. I am here now. Here, you are not required to respond. Here, no one is asking for an explanation. Here, you do not have to become smaller to keep the peace. Here, you do not have to know what comes next. This part of the night belongs to recovery. Allow yourself to believe that while you are still, something good is happening. Your energy is returning. Your mind is sorting what it could not sort during the day. Your heart is finding more space. Your body is doing quiet work that does not need your control. Stillness is not empty. It is full of repair. It is full of the simple care you may have forgotten to give yourself. You have carried enough. You have tried enough. You have been alert enough. The world can continue turning without your worry. The people you love can continue their paths without being held in your thoughts every second. And the future can remain unwritten for a while. For now, you may stop. And as you begin to stop carrying the outer world, you may notice that the inner world is still speaking. The body is tired, but the mind may believe it must remain awake. It may continue searching, planning, and repeating because it has not yet learned that quiet can also be safe. The mind does not always become quiet simply because the room becomes dark. It may have spent the entire day collecting unfinished thoughts, small fears, questions, memories, and plans. When everything around you grows still, those thoughts may suddenly feel louder. The mind begins opening every door at once. It returns to conversations, looks ahead to tomorrow, and tries to prepare for things that have not happened. This can feel frustrating. You may wonder why you cannot simply stop thinking. You may become upset with yourself because your body is tired, but your mind will not follow. Yet the mind is not trying to ruin your rest. It is trying to help in the only way it has learned. It believes thinking is protection. It believes if it studies every detail, you will not be surprised. It believes if it prepares for every possible outcome, you will not be hurt. It believes if it keeps searching, it will eventually find the one answer that allows you to relax. So when the mind keeps moving, you do not need to fight it. Fighting creates more noise. Criticism gives the mind another problem to solve. Instead, you can begin teaching it something new. You can teach it that stopping is not dangerous. You can teach it that a question may remain open and you can still be safe. You can teach it that rest does not remove your ability to act tomorrow. You can teach it that not every thought deserves a full conversation. The mind learns through repetition. If it has repeated worry for years, it may not become calm the first time you ask it to rest. That does not mean you are doing something wrong. It means you are building a new inner habit. You are showing the mind that there is another way to respond to uncertainty. The old way says, think harder. The new way says, I can return to this when I have more energy. The old way says, find the answer now. The new way says, some answers become clear after rest. The old way says, if I stop worrying, I will lose control. The new way says, worry was never the same as control. That truth may bring relief. Worry can feel like action because it keeps the mind busy. But being busy inside does not always create a useful result. You can think about the same problem from 10 different directions and still be standing in the same place. You can replay the same conversation and still not know what someone meant. You can imagine many versions of tomorrow and still be unable to know which one will happen. The mind becomes tired trying to gain certainty from places where certainty is not available. It may examine someone's words again and again. It may study how long they took to reply. It may wonder whether a small change means something larger. It may create an entire future from one moment of silence. It may believe that if it thinks long enough, it can protect you from disappointment. But the mind cannot read another heart perfectly. It cannot see every future event. It cannot control how every person behaves. It cannot prepare you for life by keeping you awake through every night. What it can do is learn to trust your ability to meet what comes. You do not need to know everything tonight because you are not powerless tomorrow. If a conversation needs to happen, you can meet it. If a decision needs to be made, you can think about it with a rested mind. If something changes, you can respond when it changes. If a problem appears, you can take the next step. You do not have to experience every possible future in your imagination before you arrive there. There is a part of you that may be afraid of being unprepared. Perhaps life has surprised you before. Perhaps you trusted and were hurt. Perhaps you relaxed and then something changed. The mind may have made a quiet promise after that moment. I will never be caught off guard again. So it watches. It notices every small shift. It studies every tone. It prepares for loss even while something good is still present. It tells you that this constant watch will protect your heart. But living in constant preparation for pain does not prevent pain. It only prevents peace from fully entering. You are allowed to experience this moment without turning it into a warning about the future. You are allowed to receive quiet without asking what may disturb it. You are allowed to feel safe even when life remains uncertain. Safety does not always mean knowing what happens next. Sometimes safety means knowing that you will not abandon yourself when the next moment arrives. You can tell your mind, whatever tomorrow brings, I will meet it with myself beside me. That is a deeper kind of trust. You do not have to control the entire path when you know you can remain loyal to yourself along the way. You can make mistakes and still care for yourself. You can feel uncertain and still move wisely. You can face disappointment without turning against your own heart. The mind needs to hear this. It needs to know that it does not have to solve everything to keep you safe. It needs to know that you are no longer asking it to carry every part of life alone. When a thought appears tonight, you can meet it without fear. Perhaps the thought says, "What if tomorrow goes badly?" You can answer, "Tomorrow is not here. I will meet it when it comes." Perhaps it says, "What if I made the wrong choice?" You can answer, "I made the choice I could make with what I knew. I can adjust when I know more." Perhaps it says, "What if they do not understand me?" You can answer, "I cannot control every understanding. I can remain true and kind." Perhaps it says, "What but nothing changes?" You can answer, "Change is still possible even when I cannot see it tonight." These answers are not arguments. They are gentle endings. You are not trying to defeat the thought. You are showing it that it does not need to continue. A thought can arrive and leave. It does not need to move into every part of your body. It does not need to become a warning. It does not need to decide the meaning of your life. You can see a thought as a tired visitor passing through. You can say, "I hear you, but I do not need to follow you." The mind may return to it. That is okay. You can respond again without anger. Calm is often built through many gentle returns, not one perfect moment. You do not have to perform peace. You do not have to pretend you feel calm when you do not. You only need to stop adding fear to the fact that your mind is active. An active mind can still move toward rest. It can slow in its own time when it no longer feels attacked. Imagine how difficult it would be for a frightened child to calm down while being told, "Stop this now. What is wrong with you? Why can't you be quiet?" The child would not feel safer. The fear would grow. Your mind also responds to tone. When you say, "I should not be thinking like this," the mind hears danger. When you say, "It is okay. I know you are trying to protect me," something begins to loosen. Kindness changes the inner room. It gives thoughts less reason to shout. You may begin by giving the mind one simple message. Nothing needs to be decided right now. Let that message replace the pressure to finish every thought. Nothing needs to be decided right now. You do not need to decide what someone feels. You do not need to decide whether the future will work. You do not need to decide what this season means. You do not need to decide whether you are behind. You do not need to decide what your whole life should become. A rested mind may see choices that a tired mind cannot see. It may notice a simple answer that worry covered. It may wake with a different feeling. It may realize that something which seemed urgent was only emotional noise. Night can change the size of a problem. What feels impossible at the end of a long day may feel manageable after the body has recovered. This is not because the problem disappeared. It is because you returned with more energy, more balance, and more space inside. Rest is part of clear thinking. It is not the enemy of responsibility. You are not ignoring the problem by sleeping. You are preparing yourself to meet it with greater care. The mind may also replay old memories. It may bring back something you wish had happened differently. It may return to a painful word, an embarrassing moment, or a choice you regret. At night, memory can feel so close that the body begins reacting as though the event is happening again. But the memory is not the present. You can remind your nervous system, I am not there now. The past may visit through thought, but it does not own the room you are in. It does not get to take the whole night. It does not get to use today's energy to repeat yesterday's pain. You can learn from the memory without living inside it. Perhaps you wish you had spoken more clearly. Perhaps you wish you had left sooner. Perhaps you wish you had understood what you now understand. Be gentle with the version of you who did not yet know. Do not use today's wisdom as a weapon against yesterday's self. The person you were was trying to find safety, love, belonging, or relief. That version of you may have chosen from fear, but fear was the understanding available at that time. You can choose differently now without hating who you were then. Tell the mind the lesson has been received. I do not need to repeat the pain to remember it. This is important. Sometimes the mind believes that if it stops replaying the memory, you will forget the lesson and make the same mistake again. But wisdom does not require constant suffering. You can remember what you learned without reopening the wound each night. You can carry the truth and release the punishment. You may also notice the mind creating imaginary conversations. It may prepare every sentence you want to say. It may imagine how another person will respond. It may create explanations, defenses, and perfect answers. This happens because the mind wants a sense of control. It wants to enter the conversation with no risk. But real conversations cannot be controlled in advance. Another person may respond in a way you did not expect. You may feel differently when the moment arrives. New information may change what needs to be said. You do not need to complete the conversation alone in your mind tonight. Let the other person remain outside your inner room. You can say what needs to be said when the real moment comes. Until then, your peace does not have to be filled with imagined voices. Return to your own voice. Let it be kind. Let it be slow. Let it say, I trust myself to speak when the time is right. There may be practical tasks pulling at your attention, something you must remember, something you need to complete, something you fear you may forget. Give the mind permission to release these tasks by trusting that they can be met later. You can hold one simple thought. What matters can wait for daylight. The work will still exist. The message will still be there. The list will still be available. But you will meet it with energy instead of resentment. You will see it more clearly when your body is not begging for sleep. You do not have to remain mentally at work after the day has ended. Your value is not increased by thinking about tasks through the night. You are still responsible even when you become quiet. You are still caring even when you stop planning. You are still capable even when you let the mind rest. There is a difference between thinking and knowing. Thinking moves in circles. Knowing often arrives quietly. Thinking asks the same question again and again. Knowing may appear as a simple inner sense when the noise has settled. You do not need to chase that inner knowing. Let it come in its own time. The mind cannot force wisdom to arrive. It can only create enough space for wisdom to be heard. Space is being created now. Each time you decide not to follow a worried thought, space appears. Each time you answer fear with kindness, space appears. Each time you say, "This can wait," space appears. The mind may not become empty. It does not need to. It only needs to understand that it is no longer required to work. You can allow thoughts to exist in the background without turning toward each one. You can hear the mind and still remain with the feeling of being supported. You can notice worry and still choose not to feed it with more images. The mind becomes quieter when it no longer receives the message that every thought is urgent. Not every thought is urgent. Not every feeling is a warning. Not every unanswered message is rejection. Not every delay means something has gone wrong. Not every difficult day predicts a difficult future. Not every change in someone's mood belongs to you. Not every problem requires an answer before sleep. Let these truths bring more room into the mind. You may have spent years believing that being prepared means expecting the worst. But expecting the worst does not always prepare you. It often makes you experience pain before anything has happened. You deserve to stop suffering through futures that may never arrive. You can prepare for life by caring for yourself now. A clear mind is preparation. A rested body is preparation. A steady heart is preparation. Trusting your ability to respond is preparation. You do not need fear to become ready. The mind may ask, "But what if I relax and something happens?" Something may happen tomorrow, whether you worry tonight or not. Worry does not create a shield. It creates exhaustion. Rest gives you strength. Rest helps you notice what matters. Rest helps you respond instead of react. Rest helps you remember that you have choices. Let the mind begin learning this new truth. Quiet does not leave you unprotected. Quiet returns you to yourself. You can repeat gently, "My mind is safe to become quiet." Do not force the words. Let them be offered. My mind is safe to become quiet. I do not need every answer tonight. I am allowed to leave questions open. I trust myself to meet tomorrow when it comes. I can care without worrying through the night. Thoughts may pass without becoming my responsibility. The mind may test these words. It may send another concern to see whether you truly mean them. Answer with the same gentle steadiness. This can wait. Another thought may come. This can wait. A memory may return. That moment is over. A fear may appear. I will meet what is real when it becomes real. You are teaching the mind a new rhythm. It may be slow at first, but every kind response matters. Each one tells the deeper part of you that there is no need to shout. You do not have to make silence happen. You only need to stop chasing the noise. Silence often arrives after the mind understands that it has been heard. It does not need to keep repeating the same fear once you have met the fear with reassurance. Tell it, "I know you are worried. I am not ignoring you. I am choosing to care for us by resting." That is not rejection. That is leadership. You are becoming a calm guide for your inner world. You are no longer allowing every thought to pull you into a different direction. You are saying, "I see you, I hear you, and we are not solving this now." The mind may continue moving for a while, but something has changed. It is no longer alone with its fear. It is no longer carrying full responsibility for the future. It is beginning to trust that you can hold uncertainty without falling apart. That trust is a form of rest. It is the feeling that you do not have to know everything to be okay in this moment. It is the understanding that life can remain unfinished and you can still feel safe enough to close your eyes. It is the quiet truth that tomorrow does not need to be lived tonight. Let the mind hear that clearly. Tomorrow does not need to be lived tonight. You can leave tomorrow outside the door. You can meet it when the light returns. You can trust that the part of you needed for tomorrow will be there when tomorrow arrives. Right now, the mind has no duty. It does not have to plan. It does not have to predict. It does not have to defend. It does not have to understand every silence. It does not have to hold the future together. It may rest beside you. And as the mind begins to release its constant work, you may notice something quieter underneath the thoughts. A feeling that has been waiting. A sadness you pushed aside. A need you could not name during the day. A part of the heart that became tired from acting as though nothing hurt. The heart often waits until the day becomes quiet before it shows you what it has been carrying. During the busy hours, you may have had things to do. You may have needed to answer, work, help, travel, decide, or remain calm. Feelings were placed to the side because there did not seem to be enough time or safety to meet them. But feelings do not disappear simply because they were not given attention. They wait. They may appear as heaviness in the chest. They may become a sudden sadness when the lights are low. They may arrive as tears you cannot fully explain. They may show themselves as a deep tiredness that feels larger than the day. You do not need to be afraid of this. The heart is not trying to disturb your peace. It may be asking to be included in it. Perhaps you have been telling yourself not to feel something. You may have said, "I should be over this by now." You may have compared your pain with someone else's and decided yours was not important. You may have believed that being strong meant feeling no thing. You may have pushed grief away because you did not want it to take over. Yet the heart does not heal through rejection. It heals when it is allowed to tell the truth without being judged. You can let yourself feel what is here without turning the feeling into your entire future. Sadness can be present without meaning. You will always be sad. Fear can be present without meaning. Danger is coming. Loneliness can be present without meaning. You will always be alone. Disappointment can be present without meaning. Life has nothing good left for you. A feeling is a moment moving through the body. It is not a final statement about who you are or what your life will become. Tonight, you do not have to solve your feelings. You do not have to explain where each one came from. You do not have to give them a perfect name. You only need to stop telling the heart that it is wrong for feeling them. Perhaps you are sad because something ended. Perhaps you are sad because something never began. Perhaps you are grieving the life you thought you would have by now. Perhaps you miss a version of yourself who felt lighter. Perhaps you miss someone, even though you know returning would not be right. The heart can miss what the mind knows it cannot keep. This does not make you foolish. It makes you human. You can know that something was not healthy and still feel its absence. You can understand why a door closed and still wish the ending had been kinder. You can choose yourself and still feel pain about what the choice required. Healing does not demand that you feel only one thing. You may feel relief and sadness. You may feel love and disappointment. You may feel grateful and tired. You may feel ready to move forward while part of you still looks back. These mixed feelings do not mean you are confused. They mean the heart is making room for truth in all its forms. Let the heart be more than one thing tonight. It does not need to choose between being strong and being tender. It can be both. You may have been carrying words you never said. Perhaps you wanted to tell someone how much they hurt you. Perhaps you wanted to ask why you were not treated with more care. Perhaps you wanted to say that your needs mattered too. Those words may still live inside you because the moment to speak them did not feel safe, or because the person was not able to hear them. You do not need their understanding before your pain becomes real. You know what you experienced. You know where you felt yourself becoming smaller. You know what your body felt in those moments. You know how often you questioned yourself because someone else would not take responsibility. Let your own knowing become enough for tonight. You do not need to rebuild the whole conversation in your mind. You do not need to find the sentence that would finally make them understand. Some people cannot understand what they are not ready to face. Your peace does not need to remain tied to their readiness. You can ease the need to be understood by someone who continued choosing not to listen. This does not erase your truth. It protects it. You may say inwardly, I know what I felt. I know what I needed. I do not need to keep proving it. Feel how much energy has been spent trying to prove your pain, your love, your value, or your intentions. You may have tried to show that you were good enough to be chosen. You may have given more, explained more, waited longer, and forgiven quickly because you hoped your effort would make someone meet you with the same care. When that did not happen, the heart may have turned the question inward. What is wrong with me? There is nothing wrong with you because someone could not meet your heart. There is nothing wrong with you because you wanted love to feel safe. There is nothing wrong with you because you hoped. There is nothing wrong with you because you stayed longer than you now wish you had. You were searching for connection with the understanding you had at that time. You may see more clearly now. Let that new clarity guide you without using it to punish the earlier version of yourself. Say, I forgive myself for the ways I tried to earn what should have been given freely. Let the heart hear that. You do not have to earn basic kindness. You do not have to work for respect. You do not have to exhaust yourself to become worthy of care. You do not have to disappear so someone else can remain comfortable. The heart becomes tired when it is always asking, how can I be easier to love? You were never meant to turn yourself into a smaller person to fit inside someone else's limits. You are allowed to take up emotional space. You are allowed to have needs. You are allowed to be disappointed. You are allowed to stop explaining. You are allowed to want peace more than you want another chance to prove yourself. There may also be resentment inside the heart. Perhaps you do not like admitting this because you want to be loving. But resentment often grows where a need was ignored for too long. It may be the heart saying, I have been giving beyond what felt right. You do not need to shame resentment. You can listen to what it is showing you. Maybe it is showing you that a boundary was needed. Maybe it is showing you that you said yes when you wanted to say no. Maybe it is showing you that you kept hoping someone would notice your pain without you having to speak. Maybe it is showing you that you abandoned yourself to keep a connection. The feeling is not asking you to become bitter. It is asking you to become honest. Honesty can soften resentment because it gives the heart a new choice. You may say, I see where I went against myself. I am willing to choose differently now. That is enough for this moment. You do not have to forgive everything tonight. You do not have to feel love for everyone who hurt you. You do not have to pretend the pain no longer matters. Forgiveness cannot be forced into a heart that still needs to feel sad. Begin with willingness to stop carrying the wound every hour. You may say, I am willing to release the part of this pain that I no longer need. Not all at once, not as a demand, only as a small opening. Some pain leaves in layers. A little leaves when you stop blaming yourself. A little leaves when you tell the truth. A little leaves when you stop waiting for an apology. A little leaves when you accept that closure may come from your own decision to move forward. A little leaves when you understand that what happened is not allowed to define every future relationship. You can release one layer without knowing how many remain. The heart does not need to finish healing before it is allowed to rest. This is important. You may believe you must work through every emotion before you sleep. You may search for the reason, the lesson, the meaning, and the final answer. But emotional healing is not a task that must be completed in one night. The heart can rest while it is still healing. It can be unfinished and safe. It can be tender and supported. It can feel pain without being lost. You can say, I do not need to finish healing tonight. I only need to stop fighting myself. Let that sentence become a place to lean. The fight inside is often more tiring than the feeling itself. Sadness arrives, and then you criticize yourself for being sad. Fear arrives, and then you become afraid of the fear. Anger arrives, and then you tell yourself you should not feel it. Now there are two pains, the original feeling and the rejection of the feeling. You can stop adding the second pain. When sadness comes, say, I am here. When fear comes, say, I will stay with myself. When anger comes, say, something in me needs to be heard. When loneliness comes, say, I will not abandon myself because I feel alone. This is how the heart begins to trust you. It learns that feelings will not cause you to turn against yourself. It learns that tears are allowed. It learns that you will not shame it for needing care. It learns that you are becoming a safe place inside your own life. You may have waited for someone else to create that safety. You may have believed you could relax only when another person chose you, stayed, apologized, changed, or finally gave you the reassurance you needed. It is natural to want support from others. You were not meant to live without connection. But your heart also needs to know that your safety does not completely depend on someone else's behavior. You can begin giving yourself the steady care you kept waiting to receive. You can speak kindly when you make a mistake. You can listen when your body says it is tired. You can stop chasing when something repeatedly leaves you uncertain. You can keep your word to yourself. You can protect your peace without becoming cold. Each of these choices tells the heart, I am not leaving you. You may not feel fully safe yet. Trust grows through experience. The heart watches what you do. It notices whether you continue returning to places that hurt. It notices whether you ignore your needs to gain approval. It notices whether your promises to yourself become actions. Do not demand that the heart trust immediately. Show it slowly. Show it through rest. Show it through boundaries. Show it by not sending the message that would pull you back into confusion. Show it by not searching for proof that you were never enough. Show it by choosing not to look at what you know will disturb your peace. These are forms of love. Sometimes love looks like softness. Sometimes it looks like distance. Sometimes it looks like saying, I wish this could have been different, but I will not keep hurting myself to hold it together. The heart may grieve when you choose a healthy distance. Let it grieve. A right choice can still hurt. Pain does not always mean the choice is wrong. You can feel the loss and still keep moving toward yourself. You can miss someone and still refuse to return to the version of you that existed around them. You can love what was good and release what was harmful. You can honor the memory without reopening the door. Let the heart hold truth without being forced into simple answers. Perhaps the heaviness you feel is not connected to another person. Perhaps you are tired from being disappointed in yourself. Maybe you feel you have not done enough. Maybe you look at where you are and believe you should be further ahead. The heart becomes tired when life is treated like a race. You may see what others have and believe you have missed something. You may compare your healing, money, work, body, relationships, or progress with lives you can only see from the outside. Comparison creates pain because it removes the truth of your own path. You do not know every struggle behind another person's progress. You do not know the timing of their lessons. You do not know what life is building quietly in you. You are not late to your own life. Your path has asked you to learn things that may not be visible to others. You have survived moments that changed your inner world. You have been building strength, understanding, and self-respect in ways that cannot always be measured. Do not call this time wasted. Perhaps you are not where you expected to be, but you are not the same person who began this journey. There are ways you respond differently now. There are things you no longer accept. There are truths you can finally admit. There are moments when you choose peace instead of proving. There are patterns you can now recognize. This is movement. The heart needs you to notice the quiet progress, not only the visible results. Tell yourself, I see how far I have come, even if the journey is not complete. You do not have to become everything tonight. You do not have to repair every old wound. You do not have to create the future while lying in the darkness. You only need to let the heart stop hiding. What have you been pretending does not hurt? You do not need to answer me with perfect words. Let the question simply open a gentle space. What have you carried silently because you did not want to become a burden? What feeling have you judged instead of comforting? What truth have you known but avoided because it asked you to choose yourself? Let these questions remain soft. They are not demands. They are invitations to stop running from your own inner life. Whatever appears, meet it with kindness. Perhaps the answer is, I am lonely. Then say, I am here. Perhaps the answer is, I feel forgotten. Then say, I remember you. Perhaps the answer is, I am angry. Then say, your boundary mattered. Perhaps the answer is, I am scared. Then say, you do not have to face everything tonight. Perhaps the answer is, I am tired of being strong. Then say, you are allowed to be held. The heart may soften when it hears the words it has needed for a long time. You do not have to be positive about everything. You do not have to turn pain into a lesson immediately. Some moments need to be felt before they can be understood. Give yourself that freedom. You can say, this hurt me. That simple truth may be enough. You can say, I needed more care. You can say, I did not deserve to be treated that way. You can say, I am still healing. These words do not trap you in pain. They release you from pretending. Pretending requires energy. Truth allows the body to stop holding the mask. You may feel tears. Let them be a natural movement. Tears are not proof that you are falling apart. Sometimes they are the body releasing what words could not carry. You do not need to hurry them. You do not need to create them. You do not need to stop them. If they come, allow them to say what the heart could not say during the day. And if no tears come, that is also okay. Healing does not have one appearance. You may feel quiet, numb, warm, heavy, or simply tired. Every response is allowed. Do not measure your healing by how deeply you feel tonight. The heart has its own timing. Your task is not to force it open. Your task is to remain gentle enough that it knows opening is possible. Tell the heart, you do not have to hide from me. Tell it, you do not have to become smaller. Tell it, I will not rush your healing. Tell it, you can rest even while some questions remain. There is room for every tired part of you here. The part that kept hoping. The part that was disappointed. The part that tried to be easy to love. The part that stayed silent. The part that wanted to leave. The part that felt guilty for wanting more. The part that became angry because it was ignored. The part that still believes something kind is possible. None of these parts need to be pushed away. They can sit together inside the safety of your own care. You are not divided because different feelings live within you. You are becoming whole by allowing each feeling to be heard without giving it full control. You can listen to sadness without letting sadness decide your future. You can listen to fear without letting fear choose your path. You can listen to anger without using it to harm yourself or anyone else. You can listen to longing without chasing what cannot meet you. This is emotional strength. It is not the absence of feeling. It is the ability to feel without abandoning yourself. You have abandoned yourself enough to keep peace with others. Tonight, return. Return to the heart that kept beating through every disappointment. Return to the part of you that still deserves tenderness. Return to the truth that your feelings matter, even when no one else understands them. You may say, I allow my heart to feel, soften, and rest. Let the words become warm rather than forced. I allow my heart to feel. I do not have to hide what is true inside me. I allow my heart to soften. I do not need to remain guarded in every moment. I allow my heart to rest. I do not need to solve every feeling tonight. Your heart has worked hard. It has held love. It has held grief. It has held hope after disappointment. It has continued opening even after moments that taught it to close. Honor that courage. Do not call your softness weakness. It takes strength to remain kind without abandoning your boundaries. It takes strength to keep believing in love while learning not to chase it. It takes strength to feel deeply and still choose what protects your peace. Your heart is not too much. Your needs are not too much. Your feelings are not too much. You were never required to become empty in order to be loved. Tonight, you can stop asking the heart to hide. It may put down the words it never said. It may put down the hope it has carried too tightly. It may put down the need to understand why someone could not meet it. It may put down the belief that every ending means it was not worthy. It may put down the pressure to heal quickly. Nothing needs to be completed here. You are simply creating a kinder place inside yourself. A place where tiredness can be admitted. A place where sadness can breathe. A place where the heart does not have to explain why it needs rest. Stay with this gentleness. There are deeper layers still waiting to soften. The heart has carried its own feelings, but it may also be carrying the moods, needs, fears, and expectations of other people. It may have learned to remain strong for everyone, even when it no longer had enough strength for itself. There may be a part of you that has learned to stay awake for everyone else. It listens for changes in another person's voice. It notices when someone seems distant, upset, tired, or disappointed. It tries to find the right words before anyone has even asked for them. It prepares to help, comfort, explain, fix, or carry whatever may be coming. You may have become so used to caring for others that you no longer notice how much energy it takes. You feel their sadness in your own chest. You carry their worries into your quiet moments. You think about their problems while trying to complete your own work. You wonder whether they are okay, whether you said enough, whether you should do more, whether you could somehow make their path easier. Caring is a beautiful part of you. It does not need to disappear. But caring and carrying are not the same thing. You can care about someone without placing their entire emotional life inside your body. You can love someone without trying to solve every struggle for them. You can listen without becoming responsible for the outcome. You can offer support without giving away the energy you need to remain well. Perhaps no one taught you where love ends and self-abandonment begins. You may have learned that being loving means always being available. You may believe that a good heart never says it is too tired, never needs space, and never asks another person to carry their own weight. But love that requires you to disappear is not peaceful love. You matter inside your relationships too. Your limits matter. Your need for rest matters. Your feelings do not become less important simply because another person is having a difficult time. You are allowed to care about what someone feels without making it your duty to change that feeling. Someone may be disappointed with your boundary. That disappointment does not automatically mean the boundary is wrong. Someone may wish you had more to give. That does not mean you must give what you do not have. Someone may be upset because you are no longer playing the role they became comfortable receiving from you. Their reaction does not decide whether you are allowed to change. You are not here to keep every person comfortable at the cost of your own peace. There may be people who know you as the strong one. They come to you when something goes wrong. They trust that you will listen, understand, and somehow make the moment feel lighter. Perhaps you have been proud of being this person. Perhaps it gave you a sense of purpose. Perhaps it helped you feel needed and connected. But even the person who supports others needs support. Even the person who listens needs somewhere to speak. Even the person who understands needs to feel understood. Even the strong part of you needs permission to become quiet. You may not know how to ask for that permission because you have been waiting for someone else to notice. You may wish someone would look at you and say, "You have done enough. I can see that you are tired. You do not need to keep holding everything." Maybe those words did not come when you needed them. Let them come from within now. You have done enough. You do not need to remain strong for everyone tonight. You do not need to answer every message immediately. You do not need to keep thinking about what another person might need. You do not need to make a plan for someone who has not asked for one. You do not need to carry another person's choices as though they were your own. The people you love have their own paths. They have their own inner wisdom, their own lessons, their own strength, and their own chances to grow. When you constantly rescue someone from every difficult feeling, you may believe you are helping. But sometimes you are carrying the very experience that was meant to teach them how strong they can be. You cannot learn another person's lesson for them. You cannot make every choice on their behalf. You cannot protect them from every disappointment. You cannot control what they accept, avoid, repeat, or become ready to change. You can love them while leaving room for their own life to speak to them. This may feel uncomfortable if you have connected love with responsibility. You may fear that stepping back means you no longer care. You may feel guilty when someone struggles and you are not rushing in to make it better. But stepping back can be a loving act. It can say, I believe you have strength too. It can say, I trust you to meet your own life. It can say, I will support you without taking your power away. It can also say, I must protect the energy that allows me to remain present, kind, and honest. You are not a machine that can give without being renewed. You are a living person. Your energy moves. It rises and falls. It needs care. It needs quiet. It needs time when nothing is being requested. Perhaps you have given from emptiness so often that emptiness now feels normal. You say yes before checking what the yes will cost you. You offer help when your body is asking you to stop. You stay in conversations after your heart has become tired. You keep explaining because you are afraid that a simple no will make someone think badly of you. You may even feel responsible for preventing other people from feeling disappointed. But disappointment is part of life. You have felt it and you survived it. Other people can feel it too. You are not cruel because you cannot meet every expectation. You are not selfish because you need time that belongs only to you. You are not unloving because you do not have the answer. You are not responsible for making sure no one ever feels uncomfortable around your truth. A loving boundary may feel uncomfortable at first because it changes an old agreement. The old agreement may have said, I will always be available so you never have to feel alone. The new agreement says, I care about you and I also care about myself. The old agreement may have said, I will hide my needs so our relationship remains peaceful. The new agreement says, real peace must include both of us. The old agreement may have said, I will keep giving until you finally understand my value. The new agreement says, my value does not need to be proved through exhaustion. You are allowed to change the agreement. You are allowed to become someone who checks inward before giving outward. You are allowed to ask, do I truly have the energy for this? You are allowed to say, I care, but I cannot carry this right now. You are allowed to let silence answer when words would only pull more energy from you. Some people may not understand the new version of you immediately. They may be used to receiving your full attention whenever they want it. They may be used to your quick replies, your constant forgiveness, your emotional labor, and your habit of making their comfort more important than your own. They may call your change distance. They may call it selfishness. They may act as though you have become less loving. But sometimes what they call distance is simply you returning to yourself. Sometimes what they call selfishness is self-respect arriving after a long absence. Sometimes what they call change is the end of a pattern that was slowly draining your life. You do not need to become cold to protect yourself. You do not need to close your heart. You only need to stop leaving the door open to every demand. There is a gentle strength in knowing when to remain and when to step back. There is wisdom in knowing that every problem does not belong in your hands. There is love in allowing another person to find their own answer. You may have a family member whose pain lives strongly in your mind. You may worry about their choices, their future, or their ability to care for themselves. You may believe that your worry keeps you connected to them, but worry does not create closeness. It creates tension in your body. It makes you live inside a future you cannot control. It may cause you to give advice that has not been requested, to check constantly, or to take responsibility for choices that are not yours. You can care without turning fear into a daily offering. You can say inwardly, "I love you, and I trust life to meet you too." This does not mean you ignore a real need or refuse meaningful help. It means you stop believing that your fear is the force keeping another person safe. Life is larger than your worry. The people you love are held by more than your thoughts. They have their own inner resources. They may have support you cannot yet see. They may need to make mistakes, learn, adjust, and discover what no amount of advice could teach them. You can remain loving without standing guard over every part of their journey. There may also be someone whose mood you have learned to watch carefully. When they are happy, you feel relaxed. When they become distant, quiet, or irritated, your whole body becomes alert. You begin asking what you did wrong. You change your behavior. You try to bring them back to a better mood. You may apologize even when you do not understand what you are apologizing for. This is exhausting. Another person's mood is not always a message about you. They may be tired. They may be dealing with their own thoughts. They may be facing something they have not shared. They may simply be having a difficult moment. You do not have to enter every change in another person's energy and search for your guilt inside it. You can let them have their feelings. You can remain steady. You can say, "Their feeling belongs to the wool. Me, my peace can remain with me." You do not need to repair what you did not break. You do not need to take responsibility before responsibility has been shown to be yours. You do not need to become smaller every time someone else becomes uncomfortable. Let this truth settle deeply. You are not responsible for every emotional shift around you. You may be sensitive to the feelings of others. Sensitivity can be a gift. It can help you notice, understand, and respond with care. But without boundaries, sensitivity becomes a doorway through which every emotion enters. You may feel tired without knowing why, because you have spent the day reading every face and listening to every unspoken change. You may carry tension from rooms you have already left. You may keep thinking about an interaction long after it ended because some part of you is still asking whether everyone was okay. Tonight, you can close that doorway gently. You can say, "I release every feeling that is not mine." You do not need to identify each one. You do not need to know exactly where it came from. You can simply return your attention to your own inner space. What do you feel? What do you need? What has your body been trying to tell you while you were listening to everyone else? Perhaps you need quiet. Perhaps you need distance from a conversation, that keeps going in circles. Perhaps you need to stop giving advice to someone who continues choosing the same pain. Perhaps you need to accept that love cannot force readiness. You may be ready for someone to change before they are ready. You may see what would help them. You may understand the pattern clearly. You may believe that if you explain it in the right way, they will finally see. But understanding cannot be pushed into a closed heart. Readiness has its own timing. You can offer truth, but you cannot make someone receive it. You can show a door, but you cannot make someone walk through. You can love them, but you cannot heal the part of them they refuse to meet. This is not failure. It is the limit of what love can do without the other person's agreement. Let yourself stop fighting that limit. You have spent enough energy trying to create change for people who must choose it themselves. Return that energy to your own healing. Return it to your own sleep. Return it to the part of you that has waited patiently while everyone else came first. You may feel a deep sadness when you stop rescuing. You may realize how much of your identity was built around being needed. If you are not fixing, who are you? If no one needs your advice, where does your value come from? If you stop giving beyond your limits, will people still stay? These are tender questions. Perhaps being needed once felt safer than simply being loved. When people needed you, you knew your place. You had a role. You felt important. You believed your usefulness might protect you from rejection. But love that depends only on what you provide is not the whole love you deserve. You deserve to be loved when you are helpful and when you are tired. You deserve to be loved when you have answers and when you do not know what to say. You deserve relationships in which your presence matters even when you are not solving anything. You are more than what you do for others. You are more than the comfort you provide. You are more than the number of times you say yes. Your value remains when you become quiet. Your value remains when you turn off the phone. Your value remains when you choose sleep instead of another heavy conversation. Let your heart begin trusting this. You do not have to remain useful every moment to remain worthy of love. You may also be carrying expectations that no one has spoken aloud. You imagine what your family needs you to become. You imagine what work expects from you. You imagine how quickly you should reply, how calmly you should behave, how much you should achieve, and how little you should need. Some of these expectations may not even be real. They may be old rules living inside you. Rules such as, do not create trouble, do not disappoint anyone, do not need too much, do not be difficult, do not rest while someone else is working, do not say no if you could possibly say yes. These rules may have helped you feel accepted in the past, but you are allowed to question them now. Whose voice taught you that your needs were a problem? Whose comfort became more important than your truth? When did you begin believing that being easy for others was more important than being honest with yourself? You do not need to solve the history tonight. Simply recognize that the rule does not have to control you forever. You can create new rules. I am allowed to have limits. I am allowed to need care. I am allowed to disappoint an expectation that harms me. I am allowed to be honest without writing a long defense. I am allowed to protect my time. I am allowed to rest even when someone else does not understand. These are not selfish rules. They are the beginning of balance. A life built only around other people's needs will slowly become a life you cannot feel inside. You may appear loving from the outside while quietly becoming resentful within. You may give with a smile while your body tightens. You may agree and then feel angry with yourself later. Resentment does not mean you are a bad person. It may mean your yes has been crossing your own truth. It may mean you have expected others to notice a limit you never clearly expressed. It may mean you are tired of giving what you hoped someone would return. Listen to resentment before it becomes bitterness. Ask what boundary it is trying to reveal. Perhaps it says, I need more space. Perhaps it says, I cannot keep having this same conversation. Perhaps it says, I need help too. Perhaps it says, I have given enough. You can honor the message without becoming harsh. A boundary does not need to be angry to be real. It can be simple. It can be quiet. It can be spoken without blame. It can also be held without repeated explanation. The people who respect you may not love every boundary, but they will learn to meet the honest version of you. The people who only valued your lack of boundaries may resist. Their resistance is information. It shows you what part of the connection depended on your self-abandonment. You do not need to make any final decisions tonight. You do not need to confront anyone or rebuild every relationship before you sleep. This moment is about releasing the weight from your body. You can allow the people in your mind to return to their own lives. You can imagine placing each responsibility back into the hands where it belongs. Their choices belong to them. Their feelings belong to them. Their healing belongs to them. Their reactions belong to them. Your care belongs to you. Your energy belongs to you. Your peace belongs to you. Your rest belongs to you. Nothing loving is being taken away. You are simply bringing balance back. You may say, I lovingly return what is not mine to carry. Let the words be clear. I return the need to fix every problem. I return the need to manage every reaction. I return the fear that everyone must approve of me. I return the belief that love requires my exhaustion. I keep my kindness. I keep my compassion. I keep my open heart. But I no longer give away the part of me that needs protection and care. You can care without carrying. You can listen without absorbing. You can love without losing yourself. You can be present without becoming responsible for everything. Tonight, there is no need to stand guard over another person's path. There is no need to keep checking whether everyone is okay. You are allowed to become unavailable to demands for a while. The world will continue. The people you love will continue breathing, learning, and living. You may place them gently outside the quiet room of your rest, not outside your love, only outside your responsibility for this moment. Let them be held by life. Let them find their own answers. Let their emotions move without becoming your emotional duty. You have spent enough time holding everyone else. Now let yourself be held by the bed beneath you, by the quiet around you, and by the simple truth that you also deserve care. As the weight of other people begins to leave your inner space, you may become more aware of how deeply your body has been carrying it. The shoulders may still be raised. The jaw may still be holding words. The chest may still be prepared for another demand. The body has listened to every fear, every responsibility, and every moment when you pushed past your own need for rest. It is ready for a different message now. Your body has carried you through this entire day. It moved through the places you needed to go. It held you during difficult thoughts. It stayed with you through moments of worry, effort, disappointment, and hope. It may have carried more than you realized. The body often remembers what the mind tries to move past quickly. A hard conversation may remain in the jaw. A fear may remain in the stomach. A responsibility may sit across the shoulders. Words you did not say may stay near the throat. Grief may become a heaviness in the chest. The body is not holding these things to punish you. It has been trying to protect you. When life feels uncertain, the body prepares. It tightens. It becomes watchful. It holds energy in case you need to act quickly. Even after the moment has passed, the body may not immediately understand that it is over. That is why you may be lying in a quiet place while some part of you still feels alert. Nothing may be happening, yet the body remains prepared for something. Do not become angry with it. It has been faithful. It has followed the messages it received from your thoughts, your surroundings, and your past. If it learned to remain tense, it can also learn that it is safe to soften. This learning does not need to be forced. You do not need to order the body to relax. You do not need to become frustrated if tension remains. Relaxation is not another task to perform correctly. It is an invitation. You can let the body discover that it does not have to protect you from this quiet moment. There is no conversation to win here. There is no expression you need to read. There is no message you need to answer. There is no task that must be completed while you are lying here. The body can begin receiving this truth in its own time. Perhaps the jaw has been holding the day tightly. It may have held back words. It may have helped you remain calm when you wanted to react. It may have tightened while you focused, worried, or tried to control an uncertain moment. Let the jaw know that no words are needed now. It does not need to prepare an answer. It does not need to hold back a feeling. It can become less responsible for everything that was left unsaid. You can trust that the words meant for another time will still be available when the time is right. Your face does not need to hold the expression you wore for the world. You do not need to look strong. You do not need to look pleasant. You do not need to hide your tiredness. The muscles around the eyes can stop trying to appear awake, interested, ready, or fine. Your face can return to its natural quiet. Perhaps your shoulders have carried the invisible weight of being responsible. They may have lifted each time another task appeared. They may have become firm while you tried to protect yourself. They may feel as though they are holding tomorrow above you. Let them hear this. Tomorrow does not need to be carried on your shoulders tonight. The work can remain outside this moment. The people can remain outside this moment. The questions can remain outside this moment. Your shoulders are allowed to return to being part of your body instead of a shelf for every responsibility. You do not need to push them down. Simply stop asking them to hold so much. The body often releases when it feels understood. Say inwardly, I know how much you have carried, not with pity, with respect. Your body has been trying to help you survive every pressure you placed upon it. It stayed awake when you were worried. It gave you energy when you believed stopping was not allowed. It continued moving when you ignored its requests for care. It deserves appreciation, not criticism. Perhaps you have spoken harshly to your body. You may have been upset with how it looks, how it feels, how quickly it becomes tired, or how it responds to stress. You may have looked at the body only to find something you wanted to change. But this body is not your enemy. It is your home. It has listened to your thoughts. It has carried your memories. It has stayed with you through every season. It does not need another night of being judged. It needs friendship. You may say, Dear body, I am listening now. You do not need to know exactly what it needs. Listening begins with ending the attack. It begins with no longer asking, Why are you doing this to me? It begins with a kinder question, What are you trying to tell me? Perhaps the tiredness says you have been doing too much. Perhaps the heaviness says you have been holding feelings without enough support. Perhaps the tension says the body has not felt safe enough to stop. Perhaps the pain says practical care is needed. Love does not replace wise support. Love helps you seek support without treating the body as a problem. You can care for the body in real ways. You can rest. You can nourish it. You can ask for help. You can receive treatment when needed. You can make choices that create more steadiness. And while doing these things, you can speak with kindness. The body hears the difference between fear and partnership. Fear says, something is wrong with you. Partnership says, we will meet this together. Fear says, you must become better immediately. Partnership says, I will care for you as you are. Fear says, I cannot trust you. Partnership says, I want to understand your messages. Tonight, choose partnership. Let the body know it is no longer alone with the pressure it has carried. You are here with it. You are not standing outside the body judging it. You are living within it, sharing the same life. Perhaps there is tightness in the chest. The heart has been working without stopping since before you became aware of this day. It did not ask whether you had been productive enough. It did not ask whether everyone approved of you. It continued its quiet rhythm. Your breathing continued. Life continued moving through you, even during the moments when your thoughts told you that you could not handle more. The body has a deep wisdom. It knows how to continue many processes without your control. You do not need to manage every beat. You do not need to command every part. You can allow the body to return to the natural work it knows. The chest does not need to hold back the whole emotional world. It can become a place where life moves rather than a place where every fear is stored. You may imagine nothing at all. You do not need an image. Simply know that the body has permission to use less effort now. The stomach may have carried worry. It may have tightened around uncertainty, waiting, or the fear that something would go wrong. You may have spent the day trying to think your way into safety, while the stomach continued receiving every fearful message. Tell it, there is nothing to solve in this moment. The future is not happening here. The old conversation is not happening here. The feared outcome is not happening here. Here, there is only the body being allowed to exist without preparing for disaster. This is not a promise that life will never feel difficult. It is a reminder that difficulty does not live in every moment. This moment can be different. The hands may also be tired. They may have worked, held, carried, written, cleaned, prepared, helped, and reached. They may have held the phone while the mind searched for relief. They may have tried to keep control over things that could not be controlled. Let the hands become empty. They do not need to hold the future. They do not need to keep anyone close. They do not need to finish the day. They can be simple hands again, resting with nothing required from them. There is healing in emptiness when you have been holding too much. Empty hands are not failing hands. They are hands that have completed their work for now. The back may be tired from carrying you through spaces where you did not feel fully safe. It may have remained firm when you wanted support. It may have learned that you had to hold yourself because no one else would. Honor that strength, but let it know the work is over for this night. The body does not have to remain ready to protect you from what has already ended. You may notice that some places soften and others do not. That is all right. Do not make the places that remain tense feel wrong. They may need more time. They may have been holding something for years. Your kindness does not depend on how quickly they change. You can say, "You are welcome to soften when you are ready." This gives the body choice. Choice creates safety. Pressure creates more guarding. You are not here to conquer the body. You are here to befriend it. Let the nervous system receive the message that nothing is chasing you right now. Nothing is demanding a perfect response. Nothing is waiting for you to prove your value. This quiet does not contain a hidden test. You are allowed to exist without producing anything. The body may have forgotten what that feels like. It may be used to receiving attention only when it performs, works, or becomes uncomfortable enough that it can no longer be ignored. Give it attention before it reaches that point. Let your awareness become care. You might say, "I know you are tired." These words can be deeply comforting. Not, "You should not be tired." Not, "You need to keep going." Not, "Other people do more." Only, "I know you are tired, and I will not ask more from you now." The body may have waited a long time to hear that. Perhaps you have compared its energy with someone else's. You may have judged yourself because another person seems able to work longer, sleep less, handle more, or recover more quickly. But you do not live inside their body. You do not know every part of their experience. Your body has its own history, its own needs, and its own way of speaking. Comparison cannot tell you what your body needs. Only listening can do that. You do not need to make your body earn respect by matching someone else's pace. Its pace is allowed to be human. Its limits are allowed to be real. There may be days when the body has more energy and days when it needs more care. Neither day changes your worth. You are not more valuable when your body can do more. You are not less valuable when it asks you to slow down. A tired body is not a moral failure. It is a body communicating. Listen before it must shout. The body may also carry old memories of times when rest did not feel safe. Perhaps stopping meant hearing thoughts you had avoided. Perhaps quiet made you feel alone. Perhaps you lived in an environment where you always had to be ready. Perhaps someone could become angry without warning. Perhaps you learned that relaxing made you vulnerable. The body may still follow that old rule, even though the present is different. You can teach it slowly. You can remind it that this moment does not belong to the past. You are not back in the old room. You are not waiting for the old reaction. You are not required to become the old version of yourself. The body may feel the memory, but you can remain rooted in the truth of now. Now you have more awareness. Now you can choose what you allow near you. Now you can speak for yourself in ways you could not before. Now you can leave situations that do not honor you. Now you can become the steady presence your body needed. Tell it, I am here and I will listen. You do not have to promise that nothing difficult will ever happen. The body does not need an impossible promise. It needs a promise you can keep. I will not abandon you when something feels difficult. I will not attack you for needing care. I will pay attention when you ask me to slow down. I will seek help when help is needed. I will not measure your worth only by what you can produce. These promises create trust. Trust allows the body to release its constant preparation. The body knows how to sleep, but fear may interrupt its natural rhythm. You do not have to make sleep happen. Sleep is not a door you force open. The more pressure you place on yourself to fall asleep, the more alert the mind and body may become. You can release the demand. You can say, I am resting, and the rest is already useful. Even if sleep does not arrive immediately, the body is no longer being asked to work. It is receiving stillness. It is receiving darkness. It is receiving a break from movement, choices, and demands. This is already care. You do not need to watch the time and decide that the night is failing. The body is not failing because it needs time to settle. Let time become less important. You are not competing with the clock. You are allowing the body to find its way home. It has found its way into sleep many times before. It knows the path. The path may be covered by thoughts, tension, or fear tonight, but it has not disappeared. Your task is not to drag the body down that path. Your task is to stop placing more obstacles in front of it. Do not add criticism. Do not add urgency. Do not add the belief that tomorrow will be ruined. Offer softness instead. Offer the thought, my body knows how to return to rest. Let that be enough. My body knows how to become quiet. My body is not my enemy. My body deserves kindness. My body can release the work of this day. I do not need to force rest. I allow rest to find me in its own way. The places that remain tense are still welcome. The feelings that remain are still welcome. Nothing inside you must become perfect before rest is allowed. You can be unfinished and resting. You can be healing and resting. You can be uncertain and resting. You can be carrying questions and still allow the body to stop working on them. The body does not need a perfect life to receive a peaceful moment. It only needs permission to stop treating this moment as a threat. Let the muscles become less responsible. Let the skin be a simple boundary around your life. Let the heart continue its quiet work without being filled with another fearful story. Let the breath come and go without being measured. Let the body be ordinary. It does not need to perform a healing experience. It does not need to create a special feeling. It is enough that it is here. It is enough that it has carried you this far. You may thank it. Thank the feet that moved through the day. Thank the hands that completed their work. Thank the eyes that saw what needed to be seen. Thank the heart that kept going through every emotional moment. Thank the body for staying with you even when you were not speaking kindly to it. Gratitude can change the relationship. It turns the body from something you manage into something you honor. You are not separate from this body. When you care for it, you care for your life. When you allow it to rest, you are not losing time. You are returning energy to the days ahead. There is no need to rush this softening. The body may release in small ways. A little less tension, a little less readiness, a little more trust. These changes are enough. You do not have to feel completely relaxed to know that rest has begun. Rest begins when the demand stops. Rest begins when the body hears. Nothing more is required. Rest begins when you stop asking yourself to prove strength. And yet, even when the body is ready to soften, a different pressure may arise. You may feel guilty for stopping. You may remember the unfinished task, the person who still needs something, or the belief that useful people should always be doing more. This guilt has kept many tired parts of you awake. It is ready to be released. You do not have to exhaust yourself to prove that you are worthy. You do not have to reach the edge of collapse before your need for rest becomes real. You do not have to complete everything, help everyone, or use every hour well before you are allowed to stop. Rest is not a reward for perfect effort. It is a natural part of life. You may understand this in your mind, yet guilt may still appear when you slow down. The moment you stop working, you remember what remains unfinished. The moment you lie down, the mind brings you a list. The moment you choose quiet, part of you says you should be doing something more useful. This voice may have been with you for a long time. It may tell you that good people are always available. It may tell you that successful people never become tired. It may tell you that resting means you are lazy, weak, behind, or wasting time. But this voice is not the truth. It is an old lesson. Perhaps you were praised most when you achieved something. Perhaps your effort was noticed, but your feelings were not. Perhaps you learned that being busy made you valuable. Perhaps rest was treated as something you had to earn. You may have seen the people around you continue working even when they were exhausted. You may have heard complaints whenever someone slowed down. You may have been taught to feel proud of ignoring your limits. These lessons can become deep beliefs. You may no longer hear the original voice, but its rule remains inside you. Do more. Do not stop. Someone else is working harder. You have not earned rest yet. Ask yourself gently, when will enough finally be enough? There will always be something else. Another task, another goal, another need, another part of life that could be improved. If rest is allowed only after everything is complete, rest will remain forever out of reach. Life is not designed to be completed before you sleep. It is designed to move in rhythms. There is effort and renewal. There is giving and receiving. There is action and stillness. Night itself is a reminder that constant brightness is not required. The world does not remain in daylight forever. The trees do not apologize for becoming quiet. The sky does not feel guilty when darkness arrives. Life moves between activity and rest because both are needed. You are part of that life. You are not outside its natural rhythm. You were not created to remain productive without end. Your body is not a machine that should feel ashamed when its energy becomes low. Your mind is not a tool that must keep solving every hour. Your worth is not measured by how much you can do before you break. There is no honor in abandoning yourself for productivity. There is no prize for becoming so tired that you can no longer feel your own life. You may have believed that pushing harder would finally make you feel good enough. You thought the next achievement might quiet the inner doubt. You thought if you worked more, gave more, became more useful, or handled everything without help, you would finally feel secure in your value. But the feeling may never have lasted. You completed something and another task appeared. Someone thanked you, and soon you needed more proof. You reached a goal, and the mind immediately showed you a higher one. This is what happens when worth is tied to doing. There is never a final point where the work says, "Now you are enough." You must decide that your enoughness was never waiting at the end of a list. You were enough before the first task began. You remain enough when the work stops. You remain enough when the day does not go as planned. You remain enough when you need help. You remain enough when your body asks you to slow down. Your value does not rise when you are productive or fall when you rest. It is not a number that changes with your output. Let the tired part of you hear this clearly. You do not have to exhaust yourself to prove your worth. Perhaps you fear that resting will make you fall behind. Behind whom? Behind what exact path? Life is not one straight race in which everyone must reach the same point at the same time. Your path has its own seasons. There are times for movement. There are times for healing. There are times when progress is visible. There are times when the most important work happens quietly within. A season of rest is not an empty season. It may be the season that restores your ability to create. It may be the season that helps you hear what your constant busyness covered. It may be the season that prevents you from building a life around exhaustion. You cannot always see the value of rest while you are in it. The mind may call it delay. The body may call it repair. The heart may call it return. You are not falling behind by caring for the part of you that must carry you forward. You may also fear that if you slow down, others will move ahead, forget you, or decide you are no longer dependable. But a life held together only by your constant effort is not a balanced life. If people value you only when you are giving beyond your limits, their approval comes at too high a price. You do not need to earn belonging through overwork. You do not need to remain exhausted to show that you care. The people who truly love you do not need you to destroy yourself for their comfort. They may prefer your help, but they should also be able to respect your humanity. You are allowed to say, "I do not have the energy." You are allowed to stop before the work is perfect. You are allowed to leave something for another day. You are allowed to choose sleep over proving that you can handle more. There is wisdom in stopping before you are forced to stop. There is self-respect in hearing the first signs of tiredness instead of waiting for the body to shout. There is strength in saying, "I need rest," without turning the need into a confession. You do not need to feel ashamed of having limits. Limits protect what matters. A river has banks. A home has walls. A day has an ending. Your energy also needs a boundary. Without one, everything enters and nothing is restored. You may believe that strong people do not need rest, but true strength understands renewal. Strength is not endless pressure. Strength is the ability to care for what you depend upon. You depend upon your body. You depend upon your mind. You depend upon your emotional steadiness. Ignoring these things does not make you stronger. It only delays the moment when they require your attention. Rest is responsible. It helps you return with clearer thought. It gives the body time to recover. It allows emotions to settle. It creates room for new ideas. It protects you from making every choice through exhaustion. You may have noticed that when you are deeply tired, even small tasks feel heavy. You become less patient. You may speak in ways you do not mean. You may make decisions from fear because the mind does not have enough space to see another way. Rest is not taking you away from your life. It helps you return to your life with more of yourself. There is no need to feel guilty for choosing something that helps you become more present, more loving, and more clear. The guilt may still speak. It may say, "But there is so much to do." You can answer, "There will be time to meet what matters." It may say, "You should have done more today." You can answer, "I did what I could with the energy I had." It may say, "Other people manage more." You can answer, "Their capacity does not decide mine." It may say, "You are wasting time." You can answer, "Rest is part of how I care for my life." These are not excuses. They are new truths replacing an old rule. You are not avoiding your responsibilities. You are putting them down for the night. There is a difference. Avoidance refuses to meet what matters. Rest says, "I will meet it when I have the energy to meet it well." Avoidance turns away from life. Rest prepares you to return. You may have used work to avoid your feelings. Busyness can become a place to hide. As long as you are doing something, you do not have to notice the loneliness, sadness, fear, or uncertainty underneath. When you stop, those feelings may rise. This can make rest feel uncomfortable. You may believe that the discomfort means you should become busy again, but perhaps the feelings are not asking you to work. Perhaps they are asking you to listen. You can allow them to exist without turning the night into another project. You do not need to fix every emotion. You can say, I know you are here, and I am staying. This is rest too. Rest is not always the absence of feeling. Sometimes it is the absence of running from feeling. It is the moment you stop trying to become useful enough to escape your own heart. You are allowed to meet yourself without a task. Who are you when you are not solving, helping, working, improving, or producing? You are still you. You are still a life worthy of love. You are still someone with value. You are still connected to the world. You do not disappear when your work stops. You may have become afraid of stillness because stillness removes the roles you perform. There is no worker to praise, no helper to need, no achiever to admire. There is only your simple presence. Can you allow that presence to be enough? You do not have to answer immediately. Let the question remain gentle. Your presence is not empty. There is life in you even when you are not creating a visible result. There is warmth. There is awareness. There is a heart that has survived. There is a mind learning a kinder way. There is a body asking to be treated as a home. This is enough to deserve care. You may also carry guilt because someone else cannot rest. Perhaps someone you love is struggling. Perhaps another person is working. Perhaps the world contains pain while you are lying down. You may feel that your comfort is unfair. But your exhaustion does not heal another person. Your sleeplessness does not create justice. Your suffering is not required to prove compassion. You can care about pain in the world and still care for your own body. In fact, a rested heart may have more real kindness to offer than a heart that has been pushed into emptiness. You cannot help every person by refusing yourself peace. You are one part of life, and your well-being also matters. There is no kindness in treating yourself as the one person who does not deserve care. Include yourself. Let your compassion become wide enough to reach your own tiredness. You may say, other people have needs, and I have needs too. Both can be true. Someone else may be hurting, and you may still rest. Someone else may be disappointed, and you may still protect your peace. A task may remain unfinished, and you may still be worthy of sleep. The world does not need you to remain awake as proof that you care. It needs you alive within your own life. It needs the part of you that can love without resentment. It needs the part of you that can give without losing itself. Rest protects that part. Let this truth stay with you. You are worthy even when you are doing nothing. Not only when you are helping. Not only when you are achieving. Not only when you are healing well. Not only when you are calm, useful, or easy to understand. You are worthy in stillness. You are worthy in uncertainty. You are worthy on the days when your best looks smaller than it did before. You are worthy when you need more time. Your worth does not sleep while you sleep. It remains. You may have unfinished goals. They will still be there. You may have dreams that matter deeply. Rest does not betray them. Rest gives your dreams a healthier place to grow. A tired mind may chase a goal with fear. A rested mind can choose with clarity. A tired body may turn every dream into pressure. A cared-for body can move with steadiness. You do not need to prove your commitment by hurting yourself. You can build slowly. You can create without making exhaustion your normal state. You can succeed without treating your needs as an enemy. The belief that suffering proves commitment is ready to leave. You can be devoted and rested. You can be ambitious and gentle. You can care deeply and still stop. You can want more for your life without rejecting the life inside you now. The unfinished work is not a judgment. It is simply work that remains. Tomorrow may hold time for it. Another day may offer energy you do not have tonight. You do not need to take tomorrow's strength and spend it on tonight's guilt. Protect that strength. Let the night restore what the day used. This is not weakness. This is wisdom. You may notice that guilt feels like pressure in the body. It may tighten the chest or create the feeling that you should get up and do something. Meet it with a clear statement. I am allowed to stop. The guilt may answer, not yet. You can say, this day is complete. It may say, you have not done enough. You can say, my worth is not measured by this list. It may say, you are becoming lazy. You can say, I am caring for the body that carries my life. Do not argue endlessly. Return to the same truth. You are allowed to stop. The nervous system learns through steady messages. Each time you rest without punishing yourself, you teach it that stillness is safe. Each time you leave a task unfinished and discover that life continues, you weaken the old fear. Each time you say no to one more demand, you create trust with yourself. This trust is precious. It tells the tired parts of you that you will no longer use them until they break. You are building a new relationship with effort. Effort can come from care instead of fear. You can work because something matters, not because you are trying to earn worth. You can help because you choose to, not because you are afraid of rejection. You can complete tasks without making productivity your identity. You can rest before resentment begins. This is a more loving way to live. The old way may have praised exhaustion. The new way honors balance. The old way said, keep going no matter what. The new way says, listen, adjust, and care for what is carrying you. The old way treated rest as a weakness. The new way understands that rest helps strength remain healthy. You do not need to hate the old way. It may have helped you survive a time when slowing down did not feel possible. Thank it for what it tried to do. Then let it know that you are learning something better. You no longer need exhaustion as proof that you tried. You no longer need suffering as proof that you care. You no longer need constant activity as proof that your life matters. Your life matters because it is your life. You matter because you are here. Tonight, the unfinished list may remain unfinished. The people who want something may wait. The questions may stay open. The room does not need to be perfect. The plan does not need to be complete. Your future is not being decided by how much more you force yourself to do now. The most loving thing you can offer the future may be a rested version of yourself. Let that be enough. You may say, I do not have to exhaust myself to prove my worth. Allow the words to enter the places that have confused tiredness with goodness. I do not have to exhaust myself to be loved. I do not have to remain busy to matter. I do not have to earn sleep. I do not have to finish everything. My value remains when I stop. My body deserves care before it reaches collapse. Rest is part of my life, not a reward outside it. You are allowed to receive rest without guilt. You are allowed to become quiet while the world remains unfinished. You are allowed to trust that what truly needs you can meet you again after you have been renewed. Tonight, you do not need to prove how much you can carry. You have already carried enough. You do not need to show how long you can continue. You have continued through many things. You do not need to turn this night into another test of your strength. Let strength become softness now. Let responsibility become trust. Let effort become stillness. The day has ended, and your worth remains untouched. Nothing more must be achieved before you are allowed to rest. Tomorrow does not need you yet. It has not arrived with its questions, its work, its choices, or its conversations. It is not standing in front of you asking for an answer. It is not placing anything in your hands. The only place tomorrow is living right now is inside the thoughts that keep trying to bring it into this night. You may be lying still while your mind is already walking through the next day. It may be thinking about what must be done, what might go wrong, what someone may say, how you will respond, and whether you will have enough strength for everything waiting for you. The mind may believe it is helping by entering tomorrow early. It may believe that if it thinks through every possible problem now, the next day will feel safer. It may search for the right words before the conversation begins. It may build plans for situations that may never happen. It may rehearse disappointment so it will not be surprised. But tomorrow cannot be controlled from tonight. Worry does not make the future more willing to follow your plan. It does not change another person's choices. It does not guarantee the answer you want. It does not create energy for the day ahead. It only takes energy from the moment that is here. You can care about tomorrow without living inside it before it arrives. Yea, you can be responsible and still let the night remain a place of rest. Responsibility says, I will meet tomorrow when it comes. Fear says, I must live through tomorrow before tonight is over. You do not have to follow fear into a day that has not begun. The future does not become safer because you suffer through it in advance. You may think, but there is so much to do. That may be true. There may be real responsibilities waiting. There may be decisions that matter. There may be a conversation you cannot avoid. There may be work, care, travel, money, family, or health needs that require your attention. But those things will not be helped by your exhaustion. Tomorrow needs your presence more than it needs your worry. It needs the part of you that can listen. It needs the part of you that can think clearly. It needs the part of you that can notice what is real instead of reacting to every imagined outcome. Rest helps that part return. You are not turning away from tomorrow by resting tonight. You are preparing to meet it with more of yourself. There may be one thing in particular that your mind keeps bringing back. Perhaps you are waiting for a reply. Perhaps you must make a choice. Perhaps something feels uncertain and you want to know how it will end. Uncertainty can feel very heavy because the mind wants a complete picture. It wants to know where the path leads before taking the next step. But life does not always offer the whole path. Sometimes it gives only enough light for the next honest choice. You do not need the full answer tonight. You do not need to know how everything will unfold. You do not need to understand why one door remains closed. You do not need to decide whether the delay means something has gone wrong. You can allow the unknown to remain unknown for a while. Not knowing is uncomfortable, but it is not always dangerous. It is simply the space between what has happened and what will become clear later. You have lived through many unknown moments before. There were days you once worried about that are now behind you. There were questions that once felt urgent but no longer have power over your heart. There were situations you thought you could not handle, yet you found a way through them. Perhaps you did not handle everything perfectly. No one does. But you responded. You adjusted. You learned. You survived moments you could not plan for. Let that truth support you. You have the ability to meet life as it comes. You do not need to meet it all tonight. The mind may say, what if I forget something important? What truly matters can be remembered again. An unfinished task does not need to live inside your body all night. The work will still exist when the light returns. You may see it differently after rest. Something that feels impossible now may become simple when your mind is no longer tired. Something that appears urgent may reveal that it can wait. Something that seems confusing may become clearer without being forced. The night can create distance between you and the pressure. Distance is not neglect, it is space. Space allows the nervous system to settle. Space allows emotion to lose some of its heat. Space allows wisdom to speak without having to fight through fear. You may also be carrying tomorrow because you believe you must stay ready. Perhaps you have learned that relaxing is risky. You may have been surprised by difficult news, sudden change, or another person's behavior before. The mind may now believe that constant preparation will prevent you from being hurt again. It watches the future closely. It imagines what might happen. It prepares answers for questions no one has asked. It expects loss before anything has ended. This kind of preparation does not create real safety. It creates a life in which the body never receives permission to stop. You deserve more than living in constant readiness for pain. You deserve moments that are not treated as warnings. You deserve to experience quiet without asking what will disturb it. You deserve to rest without believing that peace will make you careless. Peace does not make you weak. It helps you see more clearly. Fear may notice every possible threat, but peace helps you notice choices. Fear says there is only one way out. Peace reminds you there may be many paths you have not seen. Fear rushes. Peace listens. Fear tries to live tomorrow now. Peace says, this moment is enough. Let tomorrow belong to tomorrow. You are not required to carry its weather before the sky changes. You are not required to feel its emotions before its events occur. You are not required to make decisions for a version of the day that exists only in your imagination. The real tomorrow may be gentler than the one fear is creating. A helpful person may appear. A conversation may go better than expected. A task may take less energy than you think. A new idea may make the path easier. The thing you are worried about may not happen at all. Fear rarely includes these possibilities. It acts as though the worst outcome is the only honest one. But fear is not the future. It is only a feeling trying to protect you. You can thank it without allowing it to lead. You might say, I know you want me to be ready. Rest is also part of being ready. Let the worried part hear that. You are not leaving it alone. You are helping it understand that safety can include stillness. There is a time to plan. There is a time to act. There is a time to solve what can be solved. And there is a time to stop. This is the time to stop. The future has not asked for your strength yet. Do not spend all of it before the day begins. Keep some energy for the moment when action becomes real. Keep some clarity for the conversation when it is actually happening. Keep some care for the version of you who will wake and need your support. The person you will be tomorrow deserves to receive a mind that was allowed to become quiet tonight. You may feel responsible for making sure the next day goes well, but not everything depends on you. Other people have choices. Circumstances can change. Life can bring unexpected support. A closed path may redirect you towards something more fitting. A delay may create time for something to become clearer. You do not see every part of what is moving. The mind sees only the pieces it knows. It cannot see every conversation happening elsewhere, every choice another person is making, or every event that may create a new opening. You do not need to know all of this to trust that life is still moving. You can allow the future to form without watching it every moment. A flower does not need to be watched through the night in order to open. The morning does not require your worry in order to arrive. The world continues quietly while you sleep. Your life also continues in ways you cannot always see. There may be inner changes happening that do not need your control. The heart may be releasing something slowly. The mind may be sorting a problem in the background. The body may be restoring energy. A clearer thought may be preparing to meet you later. You can let the night do its quiet work. Not everything has to happen through effort. Some things become possible when effort stops. You may be waiting for an answer from someone. The silence may feel large. The mind may create meaning around it. It may say the silence proves rejection. It may say something is wrong. It may tell you to send another message, explain more, or search for a sign. But silence does not always have one meaning. Someone may be thinking. Someone may be busy. Someone may not know what to say. Someone may be dealing with their own life. And sometimes silence is information that does not need to be chased. You do not need to turn every silence into a judgment about your value. You can leave the message where it is. You can stop entering another person's mind. You can say, whatever is true will become clear in the right way. Then return to yourself. Your peace is not waiting inside their reply. Your worth is not hidden behind their decision. The future of your life is larger than one person's response. Tonight, you do not need to know. You may also be worrying about money, work, or practical needs. These concerns can feel difficult to release because they are real. They may affect your home, your choices, and your sense of safety. You do not need to pretend they do not matter. You can respect the concern without allowing it to fill every hour. Worry is not the same as planning. Planning happens with facts, choices, and clear steps. Worry repeats the same fear without creating a useful direction. You can tell yourself, I will look at this with a clear mind. I do not have to solve it while I am exhausted. This is not avoidance. It is choosing a better time to think. A rested mind may notice a step that fear missed. It may recognize where help can be asked for. It may see what can be reduced, changed, delayed, or organized. It may remember a resource that seemed invisible in panic. Give yourself the chance to meet the concern with clarity. Do not make the problem larger by adding sleeplessness. The mind may also fear tomorrow because of what happened today. A difficult moment can make the future seem like more of the same. If today felt lonely, the mind may say tomorrow will be lonely too. If today brought disappointment, it may expect another disappointment. If today felt overwhelming, it may imagine the next day becoming even heavier. But one day is not a life sentence. One conversation does not decide every relationship. One mistake does not decide your future. One difficult season does not prove that life will always feel this way. Tomorrow is allowed to be different. You do not need to force it to be different. Simply leave room for difference. Leave room for a new feeling. Leave room for an easier moment. Leave room for one kind word, one clear decision, one helpful idea, or one small relief. Hope does not require you to promise that everything will be perfect. It only asks you not to close every door before the day begins. You can say, I do not know what tomorrow will bring, and I do not need to decide that it will hurt me. This is a gentle kind of hope. It does not deny difficulty. It refuses to worship it. Let tomorrow remain open. Let it be unwritten. Let it wait outside this night. You can meet it after your body has received what it needs. You can meet it with a quieter heart. You can meet it without carrying every imagined result. Say gently, I release tomorrow and return to this quiet moment. I release the conversations that have not happened. I release the choices that do not need to be made now. I release the outcomes I cannot control. I release the pressure to know. I trust myself to meet what becomes real. I do not need to live tomorrow tonight. You are here. This is the only moment asking for your presence. Nothing in this moment requires you to predict the future. Nothing here requires you to explain yourself. Nothing here requires a final answer. The night is not asking you to solve life. It is asking you to stop carrying time that does not belong to you yet. Let tomorrow remain where it belongs. When morning comes, it will arrive one moment at a time. You will not receive the entire day at once. You will receive one waking moment, one choice, one task, and one conversation. You can meet them in that order. There is no need to carry the whole day as one heavy object. Life comes in moments. You only ever meet one moment at a time. Rest now, knowing that the next version of you will have what this version does not need to find. Morning may bring energy. It may bring distance. It may bring a new idea. It may simply bring another chance to begin. That is enough. Tomorrow is not lost because you stop thinking about it. What belongs to you will not disappear because you rest. The path will not close because your mind becomes quiet. Tomorrow, wait. Let tonight be free from it. And when the future no longer fills every corner of your mind, you may begin to feel something you have not allowed yourself to feel for a long time. You may begin to feel supported. Not because every problem has disappeared, but because you are no longer trying to hold the whole of life alone. You have done many things through your own effort. You have made choices, carried responsibilities, solved problems, and continued through moments that felt difficult. You have learned how to depend on yourself because there may have been times when support was not there in the way you needed. That strength matters. It helped you survive. It helped you move through days when waiting for someone else was not possible. But self-reliance can become heavy when it turns into the belief that everything depends on you. You may have learned to say, "I will handle it." You may have stopped asking for help because disappointment felt worse than doing everything alone. You may have become the one who knows, plans, remembers, carries, and continues. Perhaps others now believe you never need support because you became so skilled at hiding the need. But being capable does not mean you were meant to carry life alone. You are allowed to receive. You are allowed to be helped. You are allowed to rest before every detail has been handled. You are allowed to trust that life contains support beyond what you can see in this moment. Even now, much is happening without your effort. Your heart continues its rhythm. Your body continues its quiet work. Your breath comes and goes without being forced. The earth remains beneath you. The night moves forward without your direction. You are being carried by processes you do not have to manage. Life is not waiting for you to remember how to keep every part moving. Something larger than your conscious effort has always been working with you. You may call it life, love, the universe, or the quiet wisdom within you. The name is less important than the feeling. You are part of something that does not stop simply because you become still. Life continues when your hands become empty. It continues when your eyes close. It continues when the mind stops planning. You do not disappear from support when you stop trying. You may have believed that good things happen only when you work hard enough, think correctly enough, or remain alert enough. You may feel that if you loosen your control, life will forget you. But life does not need your fear in order to guide you. Fear is not a payment you make for protection. Worry is not the price of receiving help. Exhaustion does not make you more deserving. You are allowed to be supported because you are alive. Support may not always look the way you expect. It may not come from the person you hoped would offer it. It may not arrive on the exact day you wanted. It may not remove every challenge. Sometimes support is a new idea. Sometimes it is the strength to say no. Sometimes it is an ending that protects you from continuing on the wrong path. Sometimes it is an unexpected conversation. Sometimes it is the feeling that you can take one more honest step. Sometimes it is simply the ability to stop fighting yourself. Do not overlook support because it arrives quietly. You may be waiting for a great sign while life is helping you through small openings. A moment of clarity is support. A peaceful feeling around one choice is support. The desire to rest before you collapse is support. The truth you can no longer ignore is support. A door that closes may be support if it keeps you from remaining where you were, becoming smaller. A delay may be support if it gives you time to become ready. You do not need to understand every form of support immediately. Some support becomes clear only after you see what it protected or prepared. For now, you can trust that the full picture is larger than what fear can see. Fear looks at one closed door and says there is no path. Life may be creating another path beyond your current view. Fear looks at a delay and says you have been forgotten. Life may be arranging timing, understanding, or readiness. Fear looks at silence and says nothing is happening. Life may be working in ways that do not make noise. You do not have to force yourself to believe that everything will unfold exactly as you want. Trust can be simpler than that. Trust can say, I do not see the whole way, but I am willing to believe I am not alone. Trust can say, I can rest without controlling the next moment. Trust can say, support may reach me in a form I have not considered. This kind of trust does not demand certainty. It creates space. You may be tired because you have been holding life too tightly. You have been trying to guide every outcome, read every sign, and prevent every painful possibility. The hands of the mind have remained closed around the future. But receiving requires some openness. A closed hand cannot hold anything new. You do not have to release everything at once. You can loosen the grip. You can admit, I do not know how this will work. Then add, I do not have to know tonight. This is surrender. Surrender does not mean you stop caring. It does not mean you accept poor treatment. It does not mean you do nothing when action is needed. Surrender means you stop trying to control what is beyond your hands. You take the step that belongs to you and you release the part that belongs to time, life, and other people. Your step may be honest communication. Your step may be rest. Your step may be asking for help. Your step may be making a practical plan tomorrow. Your step may be leaving something that continues to harm your peace. After that, there are parts you cannot force. You cannot force another person to understand. You cannot force timing. You cannot force every door to open. You cannot force the body to heal according to fear's schedule. You cannot force clarity to arrive before. The mind is ready to become quiet. Let the parts beyond you return to life. You may say, I do what is mine and I release what is not. There is relief in knowing you do not have to perform every role. You are not the entire universe. You are one loved part of it. You do not have to organize every event. You do not have to carry every person. You do not have to create every answer. You can participate in life without trying to become responsible for all of it. Support may also come from within. There is wisdom in you that has remained present even when fear was loud. It has guided you toward truth. It has made you uncomfortable when you were abandoning yourself. It has given you quiet relief when a choice honored your heart. It may not speak in long explanations. It may simply feel like a knowing. You have felt it before. The moment when something inside said, "This is enough." The moment when you knew a path no longer fit. The moment when a small choice brought more peace than the old habit. This inner wisdom is part of the support available to you. It becomes easier to hear when the noise of control becomes softer. Tonight, you do not need to ask it for the full future. You can let it hold you without demanding an answer. You may tell yourself, the wisdom I need will meet me when I need it. That is enough. You do not need tomorrow's wisdom tonight. You need only the wisdom to rest. Life can support you through people as well. Perhaps asking for help feels difficult. You may fear becoming a burden. You may believe you should be able to handle everything alone. But receiving help does not remove your strength. It gives your strength room to recover. You do not have to tell everyone everything. You do not have to place your life in hands that are not safe. But you may allow trustworthy support to come closer. You may allow someone to listen without giving an answer. You may accept a small act of kindness without feeling you must immediately return it. You may let someone complete a task you normally carry. Receiving can feel strange when you have spent years giving. The body may want to refuse. It may say, I should not need this, but need is part of being human. No one moves through life without support. Even the strongest tree receives from the soil, water, air, and light. It does not call this weakness. It is simply how life continues. You also belong to this natural exchange. You give and you receive. You act and you rest. You support and you are supported. Balance may feel unfamiliar, but unfamiliar does not mean wrong. Let yourself become available to balance. There may be support around you that you have not allowed yourself to notice. A kind word, a safe place, a useful idea, a person who checks on you, a part of your life that continues to work even while another part feels uncertain. You do not need to deny what is difficult in order to notice what is helping. Both can be true. Something can be painful and support can still exist. You can feel tired and love can still be near. You can lack one answer and many things can still be holding you. Let your attention include the support. The bed beneath you is support. The room around you is support. The body continuing to breathe is support. The choice to listen to kinder words is support. Your own willingness to stop attacking yourself is support. These may feel simple, but simple support is still real. You do not have to wait for a perfect rescue. You can receive what is here. You may have spent the day believing you were alone because no one saw everything you carried. Perhaps no one asked the right question. Perhaps no one understood how tired you were. Perhaps you moved through every task without anyone noticing the effort. Let life notice you now through your own awareness. See yourself. Acknowledge the quiet courage it took to continue. Acknowledge how often you kept trying when you felt uncertain. Acknowledge the part of you that still wants peace. You are not invisible to yourself anymore. This inner recognition can become a form of support. You can say, I see what I have carried, and I will care for myself now. You do not need to wait for permission. You do not need someone else to decide that your need is real. Support can begin with the way you speak inwardly. No harsh review of the day. No demand that you become better before morning. No punishment for being tired. Give yourself the same patience you might offer someone you love. You would not look at someone who had carried too much and say, you should do more before you rest. You would say, put it down, you have done enough. Offer yourself that same humanity. Life is not asking you to earn its love through exhaustion. You are already part of it. You are already breathing within it. You are already being carried through another night. You can release the belief that everything depends on your effort. Some things depend on timing. Some things depend on other people's choices. Some things depend on conditions still forming. Some things need space. Some things need an ending before a new direction can begin. You do not have to manage all of these parts. Let life have its part. You may say, I am supported even when I am not trying. At first, this may feel unfamiliar. You may believe support must always be earned. Let the sentence remain close. I am supported even when I am still. I am supported when I do not have the answer. I am supported when I ask for help. I am supported when I release control. I am supported through my own inner wisdom. I am supported in ways I can see and in ways I may understand later. You do not need to search for proof. You do not need to force a spiritual feeling. Simply allow the possibility that you are not carrying this life alone. Let that possibility become wide enough for the body to breathe inside it. There is more holding you than fear admits. There is more within you than tiredness can see. There may be more ahead than this difficult moment suggests. You do not have to reach for it tonight. Let it come closer in its own time. You are allowed to rest while life continues. The heart will continue. The body will continue its quiet repair. The night will continue moving toward morning. The future will continue forming. The people you love will continue on their own paths. Nothing needs to stop because you become still. Let life carry the parts that do not belong in your hands. You have carried enough. You have controlled enough. You have watched enough. Now allow support to become real, not through effort, but through receiving. You may rest without becoming forgotten. You may become quiet without losing your direction. You may close your eyes without closing the door to good. Life remains near. And as this support becomes easier to receive, every tired place within you can begin hearing the words it needs most. The tired mind does not need another lesson tonight. It needs freedom from the pressure to understand everything. Let it hear these words gently. I release every thought that does not need me tonight. I do not have to answer every question. I do not have to follow every fear. I do not have to return to every memory. Thoughts may come, but they do not have to remain. They may pass through without becoming my duty. My mind has worked enough. It has planned, remembered, prepared, and protected. I thank it for trying to help me. Now it may become quiet in its own way. I do not force silence. I stop chasing the noise. The question can remain open. The decision can wait. The conversation can happen later. I am not losing control by resting. I am returning to clarity. Tomorrow does not need to be solved tonight. The future can remain outside this moment. I trust myself to meet what comes when it becomes real. I am safe without knowing every answer. My mind is allowed to become less busy. A quiet mind is not an empty mind. It is a mind receiving care. The tired heart may also be listening. It may be carrying sadness, longing, disappointment, or words that were never spoken. Let it hear a different voice now. I am gentle with what I feel. I do not shame sadness. I do not fear tears. I do not call myself weak because something hurt. My feelings are allowed to be honest. They do not need to become smaller for anyone. I do not have to pretend that everything was easy. I can admit that something was painful. I can honor what I needed. I can accept that not everyone was able to give it. My pain is real, even without another person's agreement. I do not have to keep proving my experience. I know what I felt. I know where I became tired. I know what my heart has been carrying. I listen without turning against myself. The heart may heal in layers. I do not rush it. I do not force forgiveness. I begin with the willingness to release what I no longer need. I release the belief that another person's inability to love me well decides my value. I release the need to become easier to love. I release the habit of abandoning myself to keep someone close. My heart is safe in my own care. I am learning to remain with myself. I can miss what was and still choose what protects me. I can feel love and still keep a boundary. I can remember something good without returning to what caused pain. I can feel the loss without losing myself. Healing does not have to finish tonight. My heart may rest while it continues to heal. The tired body has been listening to every thought and feeling. It has carried the day faithfully. Let it hear kindness. My body deserves care. It does not need to earn gentleness. It does not need to look different before I respect it. It does not need to do more before I listen. I thank my body for carrying me. I thank my heart for continuing its rhythm. I thank my breath for remaining with me. I thank my hands for what they held. I thank my feet for every step. I thank my eyes for opening to another day. My body is not my enemy. It is my home. I stop speaking to it with anger. I stop measuring its worth by how much it can produce. I listen when it is tired. I care when it is uncomfortable. I seek support when support is needed. I am willing to become a friend to my body. The tension does not need to disappear immediately. The shoulders may soften when they are ready. The jaw may release what it has held. The hands may become empty. The chest may stop guarding the whole day. Nothing inside me is being pushed. Everything inside me is being welcomed. My body knows the path toward rest. I do not need to force it. I allow stillness to do its quiet work. Even if sleep takes time, I am already resting. I am no longer asking my body to perform. I am no longer turning the night into a test. My body is safe enough to use less effort. The tired helper may still be thinking about everyone else. It may wonder who needs something, who is upset, and who must be cared for. Let this part hear permission. I can care without carrying. I can love without losing myself. I can listen without becoming responsible for every outcome. Other people are allowed to carry their own feelings. Other people are allowed to learn from their own choices. I do not need to rescue everyone from discomfort. I do not need to manage every mood. I do not need to fix what I did not break. I release the belief that love requires exhaustion. I release the fear that saying no will make me unworthy. A boundary does not make me cruel. Rest does not make me selfish. Space does not mean I have stopped caring. I am included in the love I give. My needs belong in my life. My energy deserves protection. I am allowed to become unavailable for a while. Messages can wait. Requests can wait. Other people's expectations can remain outside this night. I lovingly return what is not mine to carry. Their choices belong to them. Their reactions belong to them. Their growth belongs to them. My peace belongs to me. I trust life to meet the people I love in ways beyond my control. My worry is not the only thing holding them. I may release them from my thoughts and still keep love in my heart. The tired future self may be worried about what comes next. Let this part receive trust. I release tomorrow from my mind. I do not need to carry a day that has not arrived. I do not need to prepare for every possible problem. I do not need to suffer through imagined outcomes. Tomorrow will come one moment at a time. I can meet one moment at a time. I trust that the strength I need will meet me when I need it. I trust that clearer thoughts may come after rest. I trust that I can make decisions when more information is available. I do not need to know the whole path. The next honest step will be enough. Life has more ways to help me than fear can see. A delay does not always mean rejection. A closed door does not always mean loss. Silence does not always mean I have been forgotten. I leave room for a kinder outcome. I leave room for guidance. I leave room for support. I do not decide tonight that tomorrow will hurt me. I allow the future to remain open. The tired soul may have spent a long time trying to earn peace. Let it hear the deepest truth. I am loved when I am active and when I am still. I am worthy when I am helping and when I am receiving help. I matter when I am productive and when I do nothing. My value does not leave when the work stops. I do not have to exhaust myself to prove that I care. I do not have to suffer to prove that I am strong. I do not have to remain busy to prove that my life has meaning. I am enough before the task begins. I am enough after the day ends. I am enough while I am healing. I am enough while I am uncertain. I am enough when I need more time. Peace is not outside me as a reward. It is something I am allowed to receive. I no longer wait until everything is perfect before I soften. I no longer make completion the price of rest. The day can be unfinished. My life can be unfinished. My healing can be unfinished. I may still rest. I am supported even when I am not trying. Life continues while I become quiet. My heart continues. My breath continues. The night moves gently toward morning. I do not need to hold the world together. I do what belongs to me, and I release what does not. I trust the quiet wisdom within me. I trust that the truth I need will become clear. I trust that I will not abandon myself when life feels difficult. I am becoming a safe place within my own life. I return to myself with kindness. I return without judgment. I return without asking why I wandered. I return because this is where my peace begins. Let these words become simple. They do not need to create a strong feeling. They do not need to change everything at once. One true sentence may be enough. Perhaps the mind needs only this: I do not need every answer tonight. Perhaps the heart needs only this: I will not abandon myself. Perhaps the body needs only this: nothing more is required from me now. Perhaps the tired helper needs only this: I can care without carrying. Perhaps the future self needs only this: tomorrow can wait. Perhaps the soul needs only this: I am worthy in stillness. Carry the sentence that feels kindest. Let the others remain nearby without pressure. You do not need to remember every word. The deeper message is simple. You are allowed to stop. You are allowed to be supported. You are allowed to place down what does not belong in this night. Rest is not something you must create through effort. It is what becomes possible when the effort ends. Let the affirmations become less like instructions and more like a warm place. A place where nothing is demanded. A place where every tired part of you is welcome. The mind does not have to become completely silent. The heart does not have to become completely healed. The body does not have to become completely loose. You do not have to reach a perfect state. You only need to stop fighting what is here. Let the words sit beside you. I release this day. I release the need to understand. I release what belongs to others. I release tomorrow. I receive support. I allow rest. The night does not ask for more. It has room for your tiredness. It has room for the questions you cannot answer. It has room for the feelings you are still learning to hold. It has room for you exactly as you are. There is nothing you need to become before you are welcome here. The day has ended. You do not need to carry it any farther. Everything you did not finish may remain where it is. Every question that stayed open may remain open. Every message you did not answer may wait. Every conversation that still needs to happen belongs to another time. Nothing more is required of you tonight. You do not need to prove that you tried hard enough. You do not need to review every choice. You do not need to decide whether you were good enough. You do not need to measure the day. It has already passed. Some moments may have been beautiful. Some may have felt ordinary. Some may have hurt. Some may have asked more from you than you had to give. You do not have to carry any of them as a punishment. Let the day become complete because it is over, not because it was perfect. You may have made mistakes. They do not need to follow you through the night. You may learn from them later. You may apologize if an apology is needed. You may make another choice when the opportunity comes, but you do not need to attack yourself now. A tired heart does not learn through punishment. It learns through safety. Tell yourself, I am allowed to be human. Human beings become tired. They misunderstand. They react. They need time. They make choices before every answer is clear. They learn by living. You are not failing because you are still learning how to meet life. You are not behind because some wounds still need care. You are not weak because you need the night to hold you. The tired places within you no longer have to keep standing guard. The part that watches for danger can become quiet. The part that waits for another demand can step back. The part that carries other people can return to its own heart. The part that fears tomorrow can remain here. The part that believes rest must be earned can hear the truth. You have done enough. You are enough. You may stop now. There is no hidden test inside this quiet. No one is asking you to perform peace. No one is asking you to force sleep. No one is asking you to become healed before the night accepts you. You can simply be here. If thoughts continue, they may continue in the distance. You do not have to answer them. If feelings remain, they may remain gently. You do not have to remove them. If the body holds some tension, let it know there is no rush. Rest can begin even before everything has softened. It begins when you stop demanding that this moment become different. It begins when you allow yourself to exist without another task. You may notice the old urge to check, plan, remember, or fix. Let the urge pass. It does not need action. It is only an old habit trying to continue. You can say, not now, not with anger, not with fear, simply with the calm knowledge that the night belongs to something else. The night belongs to renewal. The work can return later. The questions can return later. The world can return later. For now, there is nothing to hold. Your hands may be empty. Your face may be free from every expression you wore for others. Your voice does not need to explain. Your heart does not need to prove that it is healing. Your body does not need to protect you from a moment that is already safe enough to rest within. You are allowed to receive the quiet. Perhaps you have spent many nights carrying the same thoughts. You may have believed that holding them would eventually create an answer. But some answers do not come because the mind thinks harder. They come when the mind has space. They come through a new feeling. They come through time. They come when you are ready to see what fear would not allow you to see. You do not need to pull the answer toward you. Let it find you later. The night may carry what you cannot solve. You can place the unfinished future into its hands. You can place the old conversation there. You can place the disappointment, the hope, the question, and the plan. You can say, I cannot hold this well anymore. There is no shame in that. You were never meant to hold everything without rest. The life around you may still be unfinished in the morning, but you may meet it differently. The problem may still exist, but it will not be entering the same exhausted mind. The conversation may still need to happen, but you may have more steadiness. The future may still be unknown, but you may feel less afraid of not knowing. This is why rest matters. It does not promise that the outer world will become perfect overnight. It changes the place within you from which you meet the world. You do not have to wait until everything changes before allowing peace. Peace can begin as a small release, a thought you do not follow, a responsibility you return to the right hands, a judgment you no longer repeat, a future you stop trying to control, a body you decide to treat with kindness. These small releases create space. The night is full of that space now. Let yourself belong to it. You are not forgotten because you become still. You are not falling behind because you stop. You are not losing your strength. You are letting strength return to a healthier form. You are not abandoning the people you love. You are remembering that you are also someone worthy of care. You are not giving up on tomorrow. You are trusting tomorrow enough to let it arrive on its own. Nothing more is required. The sentence may feel strange if you have lived by endless effort. Let it be repeated gently within you. Nothing more is required of me tonight. I do not need to answer. I do not need to decide. I do not need to prove. I do not need to carry. I do not need to control. I may simply rest. Let the tired mind hear it. Nothing more is required. Let the tired heart hear it. Nothing more is required. Let the tired body hear it. Nothing more is required. Let the part of you that has cared for everyone else hear it. You are allowed to receive care now. Let the part of you that fears the future hear it. Tomorrow will meet you later. The night is here. It does not need a perfect version of you. It does not need a stronger version. It does not need a happier version. It holds the version that exists now. Tired, human, still learning, still worthy, still loved. You may release this day. You may release what you cannot solve. You may release what was never yours to carry. You may release the need to earn stillness. You are safe enough to become quiet. You are supported by life. You have done enough. You are enough. You may welcome rest, without asking what it will give you. You do not need to turn rest into another way to improve yourself. Let it be simple. Let it be kind. Let it ask nothing in return. The tired places can become quiet now. They do not need to keep watching. They do not need to remain ready. They do not need to continue proving how much they can survive. They can be held. They can be understood. They can finally rest. The day no longer needs your energy. It has taken what it needed and moved into the past. Tomorrow has not yet opened its door. You are between them now, in a quiet place where nothing must be carried forward and nothing must be lived too early. Let this place be enough. You do not have to search for a better feeling. You do not have to make anything happen. The mind can release its questions. The heart can put down what it hid. The body can stop preparing for enough. Ear demand. The world may continue without being held in your thoughts. You have given enough to this day. Now give something back to yourself. Give yourself the freedom to stop. Give yourself the kindness you offered so easily to others. Give yourself the trust to leave tomorrow unopened. Give yourself permission to receive support without earning it. Nothing important is being lost. What needs your attention will return at the right time. What needs your action can meet you after rest. What is truly yours will not be taken away because you became quiet. You can close this day without fear. You can let the old words fade. You can let the unfinished work remain unfinished. You can let life hold what your hands are too tired to carry. You are not alone inside the stillness. Your breath remains with you. Your heart remains with you. The quiet wisdom of life remains with you. You have done enough. You have carried enough. You have worried enough. Let the night carry what you no longer need to hold.